What's up, YouTube? Shawn DaGamer here, and let's go over the Royal Rumble from last night. A few little side notes before we actually jump into this. I did do a video with my cousin last night. It was just our live reactions watching the entire Rumble match. Not the entire pay-per-view, but just that hour-long Rumble match. So go check that out. It was a lot of fun reacting to all the entrants, the eliminations, and the winners and things like that. I kind of did mark out for that elimination that Braun Strowman did on Ellsworth. So if you want to see my reaction to that, go check that out. Another little bit of news is if you do see a watermark on this video, I apologize. I normally use Camtasia 8 to edit my videos, but recently my computer has been going through some viruses or something. So I reset my computer, and you know they're on Camtasia 9 now, so they're making me use this, and I'm on some kind of 30-day trial, even though I still have my product key for Camtasia 8. So I'm going to try to get that settled before the end of the week so I can start doing my videos proper again. But other than that, let's just jump into this show. The pre-show was about 2 hours long, and the first match was the 6-woman tag, where it was Naomi, Nikki Bella, and Becky Lynch versus Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and Mickie James. I know who's in the match. It's just making sure you get them on the right side, because it's a lot of women and things like that. So really good match, really fun match to start the show on the pre-show, I guess you can say, to start the pre-show show. So Naomi did pin Alexa Bliss, and like I said in my preview prediction video or whatever, I said whoever goes over on this match needs to go over on their rival. So James would have to pin Lynch or something like that, or Bella would have to pin Natalya, and as you saw, Naomi got the win over Little Miss Bliss. So good job there. Going into the second match on this card was the Raw Tag Team titles on the line. Cesaro versus the Club. The Club finally did get the tag strap, so good job to the Good Brothers. But a lot of people are saying it's maybe a little bit too little too late for the Club, just because of the time they've been there, of what they done with them. You know, all the comedy stuff that didn't work, the stuff with Dana Brooks, and just taking them away from AJ, and then wanting to have New Day break Demolition Record. You know, just having people lose to the New Day all the time, and the Club did have to suffer from that. But hopefully this will be a good point to put them back on track, and maybe we can see a little bit more domination from the Club in the Raw tag team scene. So the third and final match on the pre-show was Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. This was a complete squash match. I don't think it went that long at all, because I blinked and it was over. So that was it. Shawn Michaels came out to address the fans, you know, do the obligatory get everybody hyped. They even gave Shawn Michaels his pyros and things like that, so that was good to see. And then we actually go into the show now. We go into the Raw Women's Championship match, Charlotte versus Bayley. There were a lot of... This match was good for what it was, but there was a lot of, like, I'm just going to call them miscues and, like, missteps. If you can tell, especially from the beginning, when Charlotte was trying to throw Bayley out the ring, there was a little miscue. When Bayley was going for the Hurricane Rana, there was a little miscue. But other than that, really good match from these two women. They delivered. Charlotte won with a natural selection to the outside of the apron, or out to the outside on the apron, the hardest part of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Charlotte retains. She is now 16-0 on pay-per-view. I believe her only loss on pay-per-view, it was either she lost to Nikki Bella for the Divas Championship before she actually got it, or she got pinned in a tag team match on pay-per-view. It was one or the other. Correct me if I'm wrong. Leave it in the comment section down below if you remember. But Charlotte did retain, and I just want to see where they're going to go for WrestleMania. What are they going to do? I heard some interesting ideas. I think I was just listening to Solid Monster's review, and somebody said something like keep Asuka strong up until WrestleMania, and then you can have Asuka versus Charlotte, both one undefeated on pay-per-view and just one just undefeated. I think that would be a really good idea, but I still love my idea that I pinched for Amber Moon versus Asuka. If you don't know, go watch some of my NXT takeover videos, some of my NXT reviews, and you'll see my plan for that, because I don't want to keep this video too long. I don't want to make this video that long, I should say. So, like I said, Charlotte won. Then we go on to the Universal Championship match. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns, with Chris Jericho suspended at ringside, and this match is no disqualification. This match was great. This match was probably one of the matches of the night. We'll get into the other one in a few. So, like I said, spots. This match started with them jumping Reigns, like always. Reigns gets the upper hand, throws Jericho into the shark cage. He gets lifted up, and they'll just spot after spot after spot after that. So if I get them out of order, forgive me, but some of the main spots were the Jenga chairs that Kevin Owens went through, that he set up himself. The table that Roman set up that he went through. Kevin Owens got powerbombed through the announce table. Roman Reigns is just a freak of nature. I know a lot of people don't like him. I just don't like the position that he's in right now. I have no problem with Roman Reigns himself. So this match was really, really good. And Chris Jericho dropped down a pair of brass knuckles at one point in the match to Kevin Owens. He did a Superman punch on Roman Reigns with the brass knuckles on. He kicked out. There was a stunner. There was a frog splash through a table, like I mentioned earlier. This match was just all over the place. Chairs everywhere. But the match ended when Big Braun, LeBron Braun came out and just manhandling Roman Reigns, chokeslammed him on the announce table, still had the monitors and stuff in there, didn't give a fuck. I think he power slammed him through the table that was set up in the ring. Kevin Owens gets the 1, 2, 3, and he retained. And if you saw my prediction video, I said if one retained, the other didn't, and that's kind of a spoiler. So let's just skip the cruiserweight match because it was over in the flash. Shout outs to Dokkan Battle. Neville is your new cruiserweight champion. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't mean to make this a bathroom break. I didn't even try to. I don't even think I went to the bathroom. I think I'm going to go find me something to eat. And then next thing I know, I come back. Neville is your new cruiserweight champion. I'm like, yay, Neville. So maybe it makes 205 watchable again, just to have Neville as your champion. So next match on this card was AJ Styles versus John Cena. And every time these two get into the ring, it is just amazing. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what nobody says about John Cena anymore. I was on the John Cena hater bandwagon for a long time. I'm talking about I was the flagship leader of that goddamn bandwagon for some years. But now I have completely turned the page. I am a John Cena fan. Not a super fan, not one of them, oh my god, John Cena can do this, John Cena can do that. I can respect John Cena now. Especially, it was one point in this match. Well, actually, what really pissed me off and made me a John Cena fan was he started winking. He started winking at the camera, which made him feel like he was winking at me being an asshole. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. You just, Shawn. I know you like Styles. But I'm going to win. And he just kept winking at me. And I was like, you asshole. And then it was one point in the match where he was going for the 5-knuckle shuffle, and he just winked. He just like, yeah, I know what's coming. And it's just like, fuck you, Cena. Just like, fuck you, Cena. And at that point, I just turned out. I was like, I literally said, I think I jinxed it. I said, at that point when he did that, I was like, I looked at my cousin. I was like, I don't even care if he wins. That was great. That little heel shit, that right there was worth it. But this match was phenomenal, no pun intended, maybe pun intended, I don't really care. But this match was really, really great. Just spots everywhere. John Cena took this one Styles Clash, and I swear it broke his face. If you go look at that first Styles Clash, it broke his face. So he didn't get oh, I was trying to, do it. He didn't pull his neck back far enough, and his face just went literally canvas first. And I thought he broke his face. I was like, watch that again. That nigga face broke. So, it was just a lot of good spots in this match. Not even good spots, just good wrestling. They were exchanging submissions. They were going back and forth on power moves. It was one point where John Cena even hit the Avalanche AA. He kicked out. There was a beautiful, phenomenal forearm delivered. This match, just go watch. Like, I don't know. Two completely different styles, and it just meshes so well. You have the style of AJ, who's just hardened from the independent scene, and you have this John Cena WWE style, and it just meshes so well. And John Cena, who for a long time was the 5-trick pony, has just broadened his moveset. Like where was this so many years ago? You would have been the baby face that you've always wanted to be if you would have just broke out some of these moves a while ago and just actually wrestled. And like, the problem with a Cena that's different than Reigns is Cena was like the quote unquote Hogan, was like the 5-trick pony, even though he had more than 5 moves. It's just fun to say. But if this Cena would have been around a long time ago, I don't think he would be such a quote-unquote polarizing superstar that he is today. But this match was just really, really good. It was one when Cena hit a AA. He rolled through, picked AJ back up, hit him with another AA, and it was over. It took... I don't think this was a quote-unquote burial of AJ Styles, not at all, because it took Cena like 4 or 5 AAs to get this to work. He even tried to put on a figure 4 leg lock. He put on this little cross, the STFU. He tried everything, and they were just countering each other. AJ put him in the STFU. He put him in a calf killer. Like I said, I think there were 2 or 3 Styles clashes on Cena. A couple of phenomenal forearms. Just exchanging, going back and forth. And it was just such a good match. It was really, really good. And when I tell you the Universal Championship and this championship match were worth the pay-per-view by itself. But as you all know by now, John Cena is now a 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. And let's be clear. John Cena did tie Ric Flair's WWE record. His WWE made up record. Apparently, I did a little research on this because I kept hearing people say like the fake 16 times. I'm like, what? I've grown up all this time thinking he was a real 16-time champion. Turns out he's like a 20-sometime champion. Turns out he's like a 20-sometime champion. So go do your research on that. So it does not matter if Cena gets 17, 18, 19. It does not matter. He will get that 17 eventually, probably at WrestleMania. Once we talk about the main event, the Royal Rumble itself, we'll probably get into that. The Elimination Chamber is in a couple of weeks, so literally in like 2 weeks from now. So I will have my previews and predictions on that once that card starts to flesh out a little bit more. So let's jump into the Rumble. I'm not going to go entrant by entrant because that's just stupid. So you can just go and like look up on No DQ or something like that, or just go type in Royal Rumble entrant list 2017. But I'm not going to do that. But I will tell you that number 1 was Big Cass and number 2 was Chris Jericho. Number 3 was AJ Styles again. I'm just playing. That would have been funny though if AJ Styles was number... No, this is what pisses me off. We got like 25 entrants in, and I realized, wait, AJ lost. AJ can technically be number 30. And I'm like, that'd be cool. Have AJ come out number 30. He just lost the title. Win the Royal Rumble. Been right back in the title contention. That would have been great. Even though he does have his automatic rematch clause. It would have just been that would have been like a really great stepping stone and really cementing AJ Styles as a top guy in the company if he would have, lost his literally lost his title the match before, and then come back and then win the Royal Rumble to try to get it right back. That's great character development and story to me. But they did something like that. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. Some of the notable... Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this real quick when we talk about the Rumble. There were no real surprise entrances, and I'm not counting the Ty Dillinger at number 10, and I hated that. I hated that. Why? Because it was too obvious. Dillinger coming out at number 10 was too obvious. The whole night, if you go back and look at my live reaction video I did with my cousin, I don't know if I promoted that at the beginning of the video, but we did like a live watching of the Royal Rumble, and I was like, he needs to come out at number 9 or number 11 just to swerve the fans. Nope, he came out at number 10. No problem with him being in the Rumble. I just thought that was a little bit too obvious. I think like maybe like I even said this. I think the Miz should have came out at number 10 and just walked to the ring and had Maurice behind him. You know how she does the little hand thing? She could have just easily went, I don't know what the fuck that was, but you know what I'm saying? She could have did something like that just to like, taunt the fans, and then actually have Dillinger come in at number 11 and eliminate the Miz. That's called storytelling, WWE. It's called booking. There were so many missed booking opportunities, but what I was really going to say was there weren't any real surprise Rumble entrants, and that is a very, very good thing. That's a very, very good sign for when it comes to the depth in the roster, that you don't need to do like these big Kenny Omega, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor surprise entrances, like, because that just means you have depth on your roster, and that's something that we didn't really have like last year or 2 years ago. So you had to fill out some surprise entrances and things like that. But at the same time, the way they booked this Rumble was really wonky. Really, really wonky. Give me 1 second. Okay. Ooh. You ever had one of those sneezes that you gotta sneeze, but it just won't come out? That's what that was. So, like I was saying, the way they booked this Rumble was really, really wonky. And the last couple of entrants in the Rumble were Brock, Goldberg, and Taker. They were like in the top 20, 23 or something like that. Randy Orton was number 23 himself, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they were all in the back half of the later picks. Why didn't you spread that out a little bit more if you weren't going to have surprise Rumble entrants? Goldberg could have, in like the top 4 picks in his Rumble were Braun Strowman, Goldberg, Taker, and Lesnar. So in order of stamina, let's put it like this. In order of stamina, Braun Strowman should have came out early like he did and dominated most of the match. Then you can have Lesnar come out maybe like in the 15th or something spot, something around there. Then those two can go at it for a little while and just throw out people. Then you can have who do you think could last longer, Goldberg or Taker? But either way, have those two rotate in like maybe the 20th and like the last 3 spots. That way you can have a little bit of, okay, when this guy's here, this guy's here, this guy was here, this guy was here. But it just didn't make sense the way they backloaded the back half of the Rumble with the top guys, and it just would have made more sense to spread them out throughout the Rumble if you weren't going to have like these big surprise entrances like a Kurt Angle, like I said earlier, the other names, or Triple H and things like that. So that's just me. Especially, like I said, if you weren't going to have those surprise entrances, you just should have spread out your bigger names. Sami Zayn had a good showing in the Rumble. Chris Jericho was in there. I think Sami Zayn and Chris Jericho were like 2 of the longest people in the Rumble. The Miz had a good showing as well. Kalisto was in there for too long. Kalisto was only in there for like 10 minutes, and that was 9 minutes too long for me. So they had the whole things with Ellsworth. Number 27, I believe, was Enzo, and he just had a little fun little comedy moment with Lesnar, and that kind of irked my nerves. You like, if you just go back and watch it. Like, I don't like really promoting old videos and this and newer videos, especially something like this. But you really for the Royal Rumble, that video like really encapsulates all my thoughts, because we were going in, we were going in, and Randy Orton was number 23. Ellsworth had a little spot. We came down with Carmella, and Carmella's a looker. Okay with Carmella. So, he came down to the ring. He was about to get in, and he saw Big Braun just standing there, and he was like, "Nope, I know how this ends." He's like, "Nope." Carmella was like, "Get in there, get in there, get in there." And it's like, no. I think he was number like 11 or 12, and Dean Ambrose came out right after him. So Dean got him all pumped up, like, you and me, we got this. We gonna go in there, we gonna eliminate Braun. All right, on the count of 3, 1, 2, and then Ellsworth dumbass run into the ring and gets eliminated while Dean is just watching. I was just like, you dummy, you big dummy. So that was a cool little funny moment. Apollo Crews came out in the higher spots, and I was just like, why are you even in my Rumble? Why are you even in my Rumble? Anyways, anything else happen like of note before I get to the big what the hell moment? So Roman Reigns came out number 30 and pretty much killed everybody's vibe from there. He eliminated The Undertaker. Goldberg eliminated Lesnar. And Corbin eliminated Braun after a sick-ass haluva kick from Sami Zayn. The last couple of men in the Rumble, I think the last 3 men I know for sure were Bray. Oh, Luke came out. He was about to Sister Abigail Bray. That was funny, but he got RKO for his troubles. It was Bray, Orton, and Roman Reigns. So Reigns eliminated Bray, and Orton eliminated Roman. My question is, why the fuck was Roman even in there? Why? Just to set up. Roman's literally in there just to set up a him and Taker match. So I don't understand that. It was stupid, in my opinion. He shouldn't have been in there. I would have gave that spot to AJ if you wanted like a loser of their match to come out. Because you had Sheamus and Cesaro come out. They eliminated the New Day. Yeah, they eliminated all 3 members of the New Day at once. And then Sheamus and Cesaro got eliminated by either Corbin or Braun. I cannot remember. But that was a thing. I just don't understand why Roman was even there in that Rumble match at number 30. There's plenty of other ways to set up Taker and Roman if that's what you want. I don't understand why you want that, Vince, but whatever. I think we're going to have another King Ross montage of Vince McMahon likes big sweaty man. You know what I'm saying? But Randy Orton won the Rumble. My hopes are either Bray wins the Chamber or AJ wins it back in the Chamber, so we can go from there to Mania. Other than that, really solid pay-per-view card. Got people calling me now, so I need to wrap this up before they come knocking at the door and I have to cuss somebody out. Did you guys enjoy this pay-per-view other than that number 30 shocker that literally killed everybody? And it's just like, I don't get it. WWE, I don't get it. Why? Why do you keep trying to... You know what? Why am I asking? Why am I asking anymore? Just leave your comments down on the Royal Rumble down below. Who was your picks? If you had your top 3 picks, I'm not gonna lie to you. Mine was Sami Zayn, Joe, and The Miz. Those were my 3 picks to win. I don't know. It was just something about them. Especially Sammy. Sammy was my number 1 pick to win because he just had the story to win the Rumble. And it was a funny moment. They brought back the tumbler, and it was Dean, the four GMs and Sammy pulled his number. Dean came in, pulled his number. Dean was, Sammy's like this big ass man child. He was like, Dean, can you open this for me? Dean opened it. It was like, all right, you got number 8. And Sammy was like, number 8? And then Dean was like, oh, nope, it's upside down. It's number 8. I was like, all right, I like Dean. Dean is cool in my book. I'm always on the fence with Dean Ambrose. So there's that. Leave y'all your thoughts. Who were your picks? Did you enjoy the pay-per-view as a whole? I really enjoyed this pay-per-view. I give it like a strong 4 point something out of 5. Literally 4 point something out of 5. Maybe a 3 point something. A high 3 point something out of 5. Other than that, comment down below your thoughts on this pay-per-view. Share this video out with your friends so they can do the same. And subscribe if you are new here. And if you are new here, hit that notification button to know when a new video is live on the channel. Whew. Everything linked in the description below. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. With all that being said, I am Shawn DaGamer, and I am out of here.